And welcome back to Beanie Productions. I'm Ethan, and here we are with another airsoft shooting gear related video. I know I do a ton of different things on this channel, but today we're going to be talking about belts, whether you call it a war belt, battle belt, second line gear, whatever it may be that you call it. That is what we're going over today. As you watch this video, just take it with a grain of salt. I may be doing something completely different with my belt than you are. You may be law enforcement, military, private security, whatever it may be, or you're just like an average guy, just looking for something for home defense, or airsofters, if you're watching this, how to set up a belt for airsoft, tons of different applications. So what I may be putting on my belt may be different than yours. You may need like special use stuff like tasers, handcuff pouches, whatever the case may be, or your organization may be like, hey, you must have these things on your belt and everyone must be the same. So just take it with a grain of salt. Everybody's different. Everyone has different body types, which is also very important. For me, I'm a much smaller dude, so the way I set my belt up may be a little bit different than yours. So just keep that in mind. So the main objective for me, for my belt, was to carry a pistol, so a holster with a pistol, 2 pistol mags, 2 rifle mags, and then a medical kit. That was what I wanted on my belt. That was kind of what I set out to do. I've been kind of tinkering with belts for a very long time because for me, I'm a smaller dude, so I needed a belt that, fit me well, wasn't overly huge, but also was able to carry everything that I wanted. So I kind of built it off the belt I already had. It was a Ronin Tactic Shensi belt. Fantastic belt, had it for years and years, probably about 5 now. Let's say medium usage, nothing too crazy. Mainly just going out on the range and playing airsoft in it. Held up just fine, no problems. If you're unfamiliar with the Ronin Tactic Shensi belt, it is a 2-piece design. So you have a nice inner belt. This has soft Velcro on the outside, and it's very stiff and rigid. So what this allows you to do is be able to have that outer belt have a lot of weight on it, and it handles it very well. So the way this works is you thread this through your pant belt loops, and that is what holds up your pants. So it's just Velcro. It hooks to itself, so however big you need it, you just adjust it to your size, and then you're able to wear it like so. And like I said, it's very stiff and rigid, so it's able to hold a lot of weight very well. There's a couple different belts out on the market. Ferro Concepts Bison belt, there's like HSGI, like pretty much all the major like manufacturers have a belt of some type. Just take a look, see what you like, and also more importantly what fits you. Most of them have measurement guides. See what will fit you the most. So with that being said, that's the inner belt, very simple. If I need to take my gear off quickly, whatever that may be, or need to put it on quickly, you're able to do so. Just simple hook and loop, and it keeps it nice and tight to your body. That's one thing I really like about it, is when you're doing a lot of movement, it stays nice and tight to your body. It's not sloshing around or getting weird or anything. You don't need to worry about keepers. It's all just very one simple system. So let's get into my actual belt. This is the outer belt. So like I said, the way this works is once you are actually wearing it, you just don it. I like to go holster side and work my way around, so that way my holster is always in the exact same position. And I actually have my belt set up a little bit different. And I kind of briefly explained why earlier, is I'm a much smaller dude. I have a pretty small waist. So to accommodate all my gear that I wanted to, 2 rifle mags, 2 pistol mags, medical, this is the way I've found works best for me. Shout out to Stuffin' Pews on Instagram. I actually saw the way he set it up and was like, man, that's a great idea. I'm going to try it. So his kind of way he does it is he has a rifle mag horizontal in the front. So I emulated that. So we have our Cobra buckle up on the belt. Fantastic. Never had any issues with it. I'm not doing anything too crazy. Like I'm not rappelling off the side of buildings or anything like that. So Cobra buckle, it's awesome. I don't think I really needed the D-ring on it, but who knows. So as we work our way to the left side of it, and the way I have this orientated is I actually have my buckle right at the edge of my hip, so that way my holster is all the way mated up to the edge, and then so that way it sits like so. So that way it's always consistent, and also gives me more room to work on the molly, because molly is precious and you only have so much of it. So to get the most out of it, that is the way I set it up. So as we continue along here, we have a horizontal HSGI taco pouch. This is a rifle one. A lot of people may get concerned, well, does it get in the way when you're wearing it? No, as I'm wearing it, just like so, the magazine sticks out just a little past the pistol taco pouch. So I've had no issues there. I haven't had it get caught or anything like that while I'm doing reloads, so that's been handy there. So, reason I have HSGI taco pouches, these were all the rage when I first bought all the stuff for my belt setup. These were like the latest and greatest. And I know that there's a lot newer designs out there, like the Haley Strategic ones that just came out, the Kiwis from S-Tac. I know there's plenty of them. I just haven't had any issues with these. I haven't really seen the need to upgrade. I use it a lot of different platforms, whether it be AR, AK, for my pistol mags, Glock, 1911, CZ mags, whatever the case may be. They all fit just fine. I haven't really had any issues. I think I lost one out of one, but that was because I thought I tucked it in the pouch and kept going, but I didn't. But found it 5 minutes later, No big deal there. And like I said, they're adjustable. They work between many different magazines and calibers, so they work just fine for me. Don't really see a reason to upgrade as of yet. So, yeah, just like I said, these are all HSGI taco pouches, 2 rifle, 2 pistol. That is what I decided on a long time ago, and they still work just fine. I have a T-Rex Arms tourniquet holder on the front of my belt, just above my rifle pouch. I wanted a way to have a tourniquet on my belt. For a long time, I was using the Soil Eater belt-mounted tourniquet holder. This thing's awesome. I absolutely love it. For what a lot of people do is they'll have it in that dead space in front of their whatever platform they're using to mount their holster. So like typically the holster will be like further back here, and then this fits just like so. It is got hook and loop on both sides, so that way it just slips on your belt. The holder is not going anywhere. The tourniquet is nice and snug, but also easy to remove if you need it. Like I said, I absolutely love this thing, and I wish I was able to find a spot for it somewhere on this belt, but just the way I have it set up, having like the dangler type just turned upside down for me works the best. As we move alongside, you may be able to see it, but I have a Haley Strategic anything hook. Typically I just hook some gloves on here. Like I got my mechanics gloves, I just hook them on there. If I need gloves, I have gloves. You can put anything on there. Some people like to wrap their chem sticks and put them on there. I don't have a need for chem sticks, but if you need that, that's on you. Totally cool. Anything hook is a good option for that. So let's work our way to the rear. The rear is pretty empty. The only thing I have on there is a Faro Concepts and Forward Observations collaboration, their Med 1 medical pouch, or Roll 1 medical pouch. This thing is awesome. I have had a lot of medical pouches come and go on this belt, finding out what's comfortable, what I liked, what I didn't like. I originally had like a Condor one that like you opened up and like pulled away. It was like kind of Velcro, but it wasn't great. And it was like big and bulky, which I didn't really care for. Tried a HSGI blowout bleeder pouch. I didn't like how vertical it was. It was always just digging into me. Never cared for that either. Recently, I went to the Coyote Tactical Solutions Burrito. I absolutely love this pouch. I really enjoyed using this for a long time. You can put a tourniquet down at the bottom here, and then you can buy it already pre-filled, and their medical insert is awesome. Nice big like Ziploc type bag, and it fit well in here. The only thing I didn't like was that the cutouts in the back here, when I mounted it on the belt, it kind of like rode kind of high, and that was the only thing I really didn't like about it. Other than that, I love this thing. So like when it was mounted, it was kind of mounted a little higher than everything. I wanted everything to be kind of nice and flush and kind of on the same level. I bet if I used malice clips, that would have really offset it and made it lower. But you know, once I put it all on, it was like, man, I don't want to take all this stuff off just to rethread it through. So I just kept it like that. But getting back to what I use now, the Faro Concepts Meta Roll 1, this thing is awesome. I really love the design of it because I can pull from either side. I don't have to mess with any Velcro. You just have these bungees on the side. I can access it from both sides, just like I said. And I like that it spreads out all the gear rather than being in just like one thick pouch. It kind of spreads it all out. It's about the same width as the belt, which I absolutely love. They market it as like also lumbar support and stuff, so like keeping your back nice and supported. So, but just the way it works is you just pull on one side, and then you have this nice handy pouch that's got everything you want in it. You fill it. It doesn't come pre-filled, but they have medical inserts that you can buy. But you just have these two tabs. They open up, and then you just rip it open. It's basically just like a nice burrito. But yeah, anything you want in there. So for me, I have chest seals down at the bottom, casualty card, there's bandage, gauze, combat gauze. They have like emergency trauma dressings, the nasal tube. I'm by no means a medical expert. I've had a little bit of training in the medical, you know, the like TCCC, all that stuff, but nothing. I'm not certified by any means. It's definitely a weaker point of mine. So definitely something I do need more training in, and of course more supplies or more training with the supplies that I have. Of course, like I need to throw a Sharpie in here. I need to throw emergency trauma dressing and, you know, a couple other things in here. But it's a good starting point. If you use a firearm or anything along those lines, you should know how to use medical gear just in case. You never know. You're far more likely to use medical gear than you are to actually use your firearm. So just keep that in mind. Shooting's cool, but saving lives is even better. So, as we keep moving forward, it's just towards the right side of my belt. I keep everything on this side pretty clear. I just have a G-code optimal drop pistol platform, and then what that does is it just drops the pistol just a little bit. So when you have your holster and the pistol is in there, it just puts the grip just about in line with the belt itself, which for me is that most natural draw, and for me it's able to be like the fastest and most consistent draw. So I use an RTI wheel. All my holsters have the RTI, I don't know what they would call it, but basically the RTI adapters, and they're awesome. I run a variety of different holsters, mainly T-Rex Arms Ragnaroks. I really like those, but I understand sometimes you need retention. So for this is a 1911 G-code XST. I've had this holster forever, but kind of newer school, and I just got this in. Is a Safariland model number 6354 RDS. This is for a Glock with a light and a red dot. Been testing it out. I like it so far. This is like their limited edition black multicam, or multicam black. Really cool so far. It's my first Safariland holster. I did quickly figure out needed that adapter plate. I bought the wrong RTI one. So just so you're aware, like on these 3-hole design for the Ragnaroks, this is the 35 hanger, and then this is the 39 hanger. So to get these to work, you need a 39 hanger. I know some people argue that the QLS fork is superior. I just had G-code, and I didn't feel like switching all of my holsters to the QLS system since I already had so many. So I just bought the adapter for that one, called it good. Some people have arguments for or against the other. I don't care. I just use what works for me. I'm not doing anything super crazy. But it does come with a leg strap. Some people say, hey, do you need a leg strap? For me personally, if you're dropping it anywhere off the belt, I would say yes. Every time you draw and you don't use a leg strap, you just have like the whole plate just kind of going like that. So having that leg strap just keeps it in place, so you're not kind of bouncing around and fighting your gear. Noticeably absent dump pouch. I've used dump pouches quite a bit. Airsofters will know dump pouches are a huge thing. I know some military members are issued dump pouches. For me personally, I just don't like them. I don't really have a need for them. Like, I know they're a huge range tool. Like, having it on a range is fantastic. Like, you know, put your pens, extra mags, Sharpie, ammo, water, staple gun, whatever. I know a lot of people like to use them for that. Extra ear pro. I don't really do any of that stuff. I know in airsoft is a big thing. Throw your extra mag in there. For me, I just re-index my mags. I find it quicker and easier. I know some people absolutely love their dump pouches. I'm not knocking it. It's just not for me. But I do have a recommendation for one. And to me, this is the best dump pouch that I have used. This is the Coyote Tactical Solutions dump pouch. And this thing is awesome. So it comes with mouse clips. And what I did is I actually mounted it to my rifle mag holster. And to me, it's just big enough that it can hold a couple AR mags or water bottles or whatever. But it is also compact. Like, this is, it only takes up 2 MOLLE slots, and it's pretty small. It's just Velcro, drops down. Pretty nice and sizable. And I actually just, like, I really liked this dump pouch, but I found myself never using it. Like, I would always just re-index my mags. And I never, like, played any objective games in airsoft or anything along those lines where it's like, hey, a dump pouch would be really handy. Or, like, I know some people in airsoft, they throw their grenades in here, but for me, it's like, you could put that in other things, or like have a dedicated pouch to it, or for me, I'll get into another option here, which I think is better, but that's besides the point. Coyote Tactical Solutions dump pouch, Velcro enclosure, pretty nice, and it also comes with a leg strap. So this is kind of one of those things that a lot of people hate about dump pouches, is when you start loading it up, they start bouncing a lot, and that can make a lot of noise or just be kind of annoying, you know, quite frankly. But theirs comes with a, or you pay extra $5, but it comes with a elastic leg strap. So much like the holster and not having to like move up and down when you're drawing, the same exact thing. And I think that made a world of a difference, but I just never used it enough to really be like, yeah, I really want this on my kit. So just a consideration there. And like I said previously, there is something else that I was like, hey, this may be better. And that is a fanny pack, nut ruck, belly bag, whatever you want to call it. Fanny packs are coming back in style, and I think they're actually a great supplement to battle belts. So say for example, I was like, I need more medical kit, or I need extra ammo, or snacks even, or extra medical, whatever the case may be. I think these are a great little addition. So this is just an example, but this is the Spiritus Systems Mark IV fanny pack. I don't know what it's called, but essentially it's just their fanny pack. It comes with a couple bungees. You can throw a tourniquet down at the bottom, which I did. And then in here, I have the bag for the Coyote Tactical Solutions burrito that I was talking about. It's got a lot of great stuff in here. Emergency trauma dressing, decompression needles, chest seals, gloves, a couple other things in here. So this is pretty awesome. Fits nice and easy in there. But like I said, you could use this for tons of different things. And you can take it on and off and put what you need in it for whatever mission or whatever you're trying to do. So I think that's a great way to supplement your gear. So a couple things I just wanted to kind of throw in here at the end is a couple little mods that I would suggest. And that is, if you're using mouse clips on any of this like Molly type stuff, is I just bought some extra little Velcro squares. And what that does is, without this, the plastic or whatever you're using for the Molly blocks the belt. So you kind of, with all the weight on this, you want as much contact surface with the actual inner belt itself. So just buying a couple, I think it was like $4 for a pack of like a ton of these. Just put them on here, and it's that little bit of extra Velcro kind of safety reassurance to make sure that the belt is staying where it should, especially when you start adding ammo and like actual weight in this. And I did the exact same thing on this side for the holster, just that extra little piece of Velcro to really make sure it's all nice and secure on there. So kind of wrapping up here, I wanted something modular. HSGI taco pouches, I can put a wide variety of mags in there. G-code adapter plate. I'm able to put tons of different holsters on there. Like this is a CZP09. There's a Glock with a light. Standard 1911. Glock with a light and a red dot. Like, have a lot of different options, and I like that I'm able to be modular with all my stuff. But everything is consistent. Everything's in the same place, so that way if I'm switching platforms, but everything's still in the exact same place. I'm not switching out a ton of different kit. Oh, and just something to add here. This is secured by zip ties. Just some pretty standard zip ties, but there's a couple like really thick ones in there. So, and I've been using this quite a while. Haven't had any issues with it, and I'm still able to go prone in this. So for whatever reason, if I need to go prone, I can, even with the mag in there and the tourniquet here. Like I said, I'm a pretty small dude, so that stuff doesn't really bother me. I can still reload in the prone from either this side or the front one, and I can still draw my handgun if I need to. So I did think of that. So all the products will be kind of listed down below with links. If you have any questions about anything, please just let me know in the comments, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. Like I said, the way I have my belt set up may be different than what you need or how you're built. You could be a bigger dude and you have much more molly to work with. So like for me, having two rifle magazines right next to each other right here, biomechanically it just didn't work. It didn't feel good. And being able to reload just like straight from my waist have a speed reload source on both sides works just fine for me, but it may not for you. It all just depends. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm no professional by any means, but figure I'd just give you a starting point, just something to think about. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go check out the rest of our content. Before we leave, we got an ad for our friends over at Chip It. Chipit is a great and easy way to share your social media. Think of it as an electronic calling card or business card, anything along those lines. It essentially is just an easy way to share your social media. Uses the NFC reader in your phone, and it's just a quick way to give all your links to your clients, potential clients, if you're trying to grow a business. Or hey, you saw a cute girl and you're like, hey, what's your snap? And then there you go. Easy way to do it. And if you use our discount code Ethan, you get 15% off your order. So huge thanks to our friends over at Chipit. And as we depart for this video, have a great rest of your day.